Have you ever wondered why other people's opinions affect you so much? Why sometimes a word spoken in passing can knock you off your feet, shatter your confidence, and create self-doubt? We live in a world where other people's views, approval or criticism can become decisive for our well-being and perception of ourselves. We are chasing praise, afraid of condemnation, and constantly looking for confirmation of their own importance in the eyes of others. But how often, following these external benchmarks, we forget about the main thing about their inner truth, their own value, which does not need others' approval. In today's video, I will tell you how to find inner freedom, to free yourself from the burdens of other people's opinions and learn to live in harmony with yourself. Imagine that you no longer need to adjust to other people's expectations, that you are able to go your own way without looking back at criticism or praise. This is not a fantasy, but a reality that can be achieved by each of us. I will show you how, with the help of Stoic philosophy, you can find that inner support that will allow you to become independent of external evaluations and find true freedom. At the end of this video, you will feel that you no longer need to seek approval from the outside. You will realize that your value does not depend on the opinions of others, and this understanding will open new horizons for you. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us to live in peace with ourselves and the world around us. At the center of this philosophy is the idea of inner freedom. The Stoics believe that a person finds true happiness and peace of mind when he stops depending on external factors and begins to rely on his inner strength. But what is this strength, and how does it help us to be independent of other people's opinions? To begin with, the opinions of others are just a reflection of their own thoughts, fears, and prejudices. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, said, "No one else's opinion can make us worse or better unless we ourselves allow it to do so." That is, it all depends on how we perceive those opinions. We can either give them power over us, or we can maintain our independence. The Stoics teach us an important principle: we cannot control the thoughts and actions of others, but we can control our reactions to them. It is important to realize that you do not have to conform to anyone's expectations or try to please everyone around you. Your true worth does not depend on what others think of you. It lies in who you really are, in your inner virtue and moral character. Let's look at a few Stoic principles that will help you find this inner freedom. The first principle is to separate what we can control from what is out of our control. The opinions of others are something that is beyond our control. We cannot change their thoughts or make them think differently about us. But we can choose how to respond to those opinions. The Stoics suggest that we accept the fact that we cannot please everyone, and instead of trying to change the opinions of others, focus on what is really important. The second principle is to realize that your happiness and well-being depend only on you. No one else can make you happy or unhappy but yourself. You decide how you perceive the world around you and what you consider important. When you realize that happiness is your inner state and not something that depends on external circumstances or other people's opinions, you become free. You stop being afraid of being judged and start living your life the way you think it should be lived. The third principle is the development of inner stability and self-control. The Stoics believe that a person must learn to remain calm and balanced in all situations. This is possible if you learn to manage your emotions and not let external factors affect your inner state. One way to achieve this is to practice meditation and introspection. Every day ask yourself the questions: what can I control in this situation, and what can I do to maintain my inner peace? Such reflection will help you strengthen your inner support and become more independent of external factors. Finally, the fourth principle is to accept that other people's opinions are just their subjective perceptions. They may be wrong, and their opinions do not determine your true worth. It is important to remember that everyone sees the world through the lens of their own beliefs and experiences. So when someone gives you their opinion about you, it says more about them than it does about you. Once you realize this, you can take other people's words more lightly and not let them affect your well-being and self-esteem. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of developing an inner sense of self-worth. This sense does not depend on external circumstances, praise, or condemnation. It is born from an understanding of our own nature, from the realization that each of us is endowed with unique qualities and abilities. By developing this sense, we begin to see our lives and our worth in a different light. We stop seeking recognition from others and begin to respect ourselves for who we really are. This respect for ourselves is the true basis of inner freedom. Another important aspect of Stoic philosophy is the ability to distinguish the essential from the unimportant. Many of us are accustomed to placing great importance on what others think of us. But the Stoics remind us that only our own actions, thoughts, and deeds truly matter. Everything else is just noise that distracts us from what is important. When we learn to focus on what is truly important, we gain the ability to remain calm and confident despite any external circumstances. It is the ability to distinguish the essential from the unimportant. It is the ability to distinguish the essential from the unimportant. It is also important to realize that inner freedom is closely related to taking responsibility for one's life. The Stoics believe that each of us is responsible for our own actions, thoughts, and emotions. We cannot blame others for our failures or problems. Instead, we must take full responsibility for our lives and take action. This principle of responsibility helps us to free ourselves from dependence on others' opinions because we begin to see ourselves as a source of strength and confidence. We realize that it is up to us to determine how we will be in the future. We realize that it is up to us to take responsibility for our own lives. We learn to take responsibility for our own lives. The Stoics also teach us the importance of patience and long-term vision. In today's world, we often seek instant results and quick wins. But Stoic wisdom reminds us that true strength and inner freedom come over time through constant practice and self-development. We must learn to patiently pursue our goals, ignoring temporary setbacks or criticism from others. It is important to remember that each step along the way makes us stronger and closer to true inner freedom. Patience is a key element of Stoic philosophy that helps us remain resilient and confident even in the most difficult situations. Finally, the Stoics teach us to value true freedom, which is not to do whatever one wants, but to live in harmony with oneself and one's principles. Inner freedom is the state of acting on one's convictions, not on the basis of a desire to please others. It is the ability to pursue one's goals and values despite any external obstacles. It is the ability to remain true to yourself, even when others do not understand or support you. It is the kind of freedom that brings real joy and fulfillment because it is based on inner harmony and respect for oneself. Stoicism teaches us to seek this freedom within ourselves and to find in it a source of strength and confidence that will help us to live our lives with dignity and meaning. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of overcoming the fear of others' opinions. Often we hold ourselves back for fear of judgment or criticism, but Stoic philosophy offers a different approach. Rather than fearing external evaluations, Stoics encourage us to focus on our mission and purpose in life. When you are clear about your goals and realize that they are more important than the temporary approval or disapproval of others, fears begin to recede. Stoicism helps us to strengthen the inner core that allows us to overcome any doubts and move forward confidently, regardless of external circumstances. Another aspect that Stoicism emphasizes is the value of self-sufficiency. This does not mean a complete withdrawal from society or a refusal to socialize with people. Rather, it is the ability to find within oneself a source of strength and inspiration without relying on external sources. The Stoics believed that true wisdom and strength came from within, not from without. When we stop looking to others for confirmation of our worth and start relying on our own inner resources, we become truly independent. Self-sufficiency is a path to inner freedom that frees us from having to conform to other people's expectations. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of realizing one's nature and purpose. According to Stoic philosophy, each of us is born with a specific task and mission. When we understand our true nature and follow it, external opinions lose their importance to us. We begin to realize that the most important thing is to remain true to ourselves and our mission. Realizing our purpose gives our lives meaning and guides us on a path that does not depend on the approval or condemnation of others. This understanding helps us to remain self-mediated. Stoic philosophy also emphasizes the importance of learning through experience. Every time we face criticism or disapproval, we have a choice whether to see it as a defeat or as an opportunity for growth. The Stoics saw every challenge as a chance to become better and stronger. When we see others' opinions as lessons rather than threats, we begin to grow and develop. This approach helps us turn even the most unpleasant situations into stepping stones on the path to our personal improvement. It is important to remember that every external challenge is an opportunity to strengthen ourselves. Finally, it is worth mentioning the importance of gratitude in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics teach us to be grateful not only for the positive things in life, but also for the difficulties. It is through overcoming obstacles that we find inner freedom and strengthen our independence from other people's opinions. Gratitude for experiences, whatever they may be, helps us to maintain a positive outlook on life and to see every moment as an opportunity for growth. When we accept everything that happens with gratitude, we stop worrying about what others think of us and begin to appreciate our own path that leads us to inner peace and harmony. Now that we have dealt with how to free yourself from the influence of others' opinions, I want you to reflect on what you have learned today. You have already taken the first step towards inner freedom by realizing that your value does not depend on what others think of you. You have realized that happiness and well-being are your choice, not the result of external circumstances. You have learned the importance of self-control and the ability to maintain inner peace, regardless of what is going on around you. But this is just the beginning. Stoicism is not just a set of philosophical ideas. It is a way of life that requires constant practice in self-development, and I encourage you to continue on this path with me. On this channel, I share with you the most powerful tools and ideas that will help you become stronger, wiser, and freer. Together, we can achieve great things if we move forward without straying from the path. If this video was useful for you, if it made you think and inspired you to change, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Each new video is another step on the way to a better version of yourself. Like it if you like this video and share it with your friends. After all, maybe these ideas will help someone else to find freedom and self-confidence. And of course, write your comments. It is important for me to know your opinion. Your thoughts and questions help me to make the content even better and more useful. Let's create together a community of people who strive for self-development and inner harmony. Remember that you are not alone on this path. Together we can change a lot in our lives and in the world around us. Thank you for watching my videos. Your attention and support mean a lot to me. There are many more interesting topics and deep thoughts ahead of us. See you in the next video. And remember, your inner freedom is invaluable. Take care of it and continue to follow your path.